it's Christine. It's time for a scrapbook process video. You might see my little furry friend over here. Hopefully she'll stay out of frame. What I decided to do is a Scrappy Friends layout. This is my good friend Evelyn, and I sat with her. We went to the scrapbook convention this year, and I didn't really have anybody to go with me the first day, so she was nice enough. I know her already from somewhere else, but she was nice to let me sit at her table with her friend, her sister and a friend, and they were so sweet and so funny. I love them. So I'm going to make, this was just a selfie that we took on the shopping floor. So I'm going to use the Simple Stories Let's Get Crafty. Now, this came from the Scraproom Flavors of the Month. So it's a June 2022 collection, or excuse me, Flavors of the Month. And with Flavors of the Month, you know, you only get like a little limited amount of goodies because it's more of a sampling than anything. I kind of love that actually. But so I don't have, the little thickers here are not really a title I can use in the sense like, it's cute because it says stickers and scissors and I made this, but that's not really like we're friends or whatever. There's not like a project. So I'm going to use my Pink Fresh Puffy Alpha stickers, I think, for my title. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to say like Scrappy Friends or something like that, I think. I did pull out my little one, my little font here too, just in case I need it for something else. I'm not really sure, but that's my plan. I don't have a sketch or anything, so I'm thinking I got to start. I like this. It comes with this cardstock here, and I think that's really pretty. And I think I really want to use this. I don't know what it is about this piece here that's just really attracting me. So I'm gonna work with this, and I may mount the photo on these. I may hang on to this stripe though, y'all, because I love me a good stripe, and that is so pretty. So I may have to hang on to this because it is so pretty, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let me start cutting stuff up here, mounting this picture. Because I could do this and that. Oh gosh, y'all. It always gets so hard. It gets so hard. But anyway, let me start cutting stuff up, and I'll bring you back on when I start kind of adhering stuff down. All right, talk soon. All right, gang. So what I've done so far is I have taken my floral paper that I showed you guys, and I did trim it down. I think it was 11.5 square. And then I cut it corner to corner to create this diagonal in there. And I have scuffed the edges up pretty good. I want it to look kind of rough, so I did go through and do that. I'm creating this nice little diagonal in the paper. And I'm going to take my picture, which I also did mat the photo. So I used it was the gold, like, hashtaggy, stripy plaid thing. And then the floral on the back side of that. I mounted the photos on that, or the photo on that. And then honestly, I was looking at it, I go, gosh, you're just kind of getting lost in this floral paper. So I really, really love the floral on top of those like calendar number things. But I'm going to admit, it's pretty busy. And it kind of bites me in the butt just a little bit. And you'll see, I think, as I'm going along here. So I ended up having to pull from my stash that hot pink cardstock and that I mounted the photo on. And again, I think this turns out great, so don't get me that way, but I did have to kind of make some adjustments on some things that I might not would have done normally because the paper is a little busy. So here's where I got my words. I'm spelling out my Scrappy Friends, and I think this looks cute. I'm going to end up coming in here with some additional things, though, because even though I think it looks cute, it does get a little bit lost. It does look like it's kind of just floating up in the air there, and it looks a little strange. So don't worry. I will come in with some more stuff, but I'm just kind of putting the letters up there to kind of take up the space, as it were, just to kind of give myself the sense of where things are going to be. And so it takes me just a second. Now, I will have to come back on these. I don't do it on camera, but I'll add Nuvo glue behind these because as much as I love these letters, they don't stick real good. So I'll have to add that. Now, here's where I kind of start dry fitting some of these embellishments because, as I mentioned, this is a Scraproom Flavors of the Month. So you don't get a ton of embellishments. So I had to kind of kind of figure out what I wanted to do here. But here's where I kind of saw I'm going to get myself in a little bit of trouble because trying to lay this floral on top of these florals and trying to lay, the labels look good, actually. The little green there up in the upper left corner, that looks pretty good, and you can see it. But some of this other stuff is just kind of getting lost, so I'm going to have to think about that, and you'll see my solution. I use the word solution a little bit lightly, but you'll see my solution in a minute. So I'm looking at this little label, and I finally decide, I can ground my word friend. So I grounded like Scrappy up there above it with the thing that says create, and then the little label with the little button on it. I end up putting the back half of friends, and I think that looks kind of neat. It almost looks like I've put maybe almost like photo corners or something around the title. So just kind of, again, grounds that title right there. So again, I'm kind of going through and I'm dry fitting these embellishments, and I'm just realizing I can't hardly see them on top of this floral. So I'm going to go off and I decide, you know what? I've got some strings over there that kind of match these colors. I think I'm going to see if I can't do the tangly string look because I never do that. And I thought that might be something kind of fun to do. And it's kind of like tied to crafting and whatnot. So I thought, okay, I'm going to run over and get that string. So I do. I run over and I get the string. Now, these are old Stampin' Up! Strings, or I don't know what that's called really. They might call it fiber or twine or thread. I don't know what it is, but it's that little stripy string there. And it kind of has the little corally, I think it's even called something coral, and then the green, I don't know what the green was called, but I got those and I think, okay, these look really pretty. So I put foam behind my picture because I do want it to stand out, and I do that first, and I'm going to glue it down, and I've grabbed all my little various pieces of foam things there. So I'm going to glue this down, and then I'm going to, I think, what do I do next? Oh, I take these strings. Now, y'all, I didn't plan this real well, and this takes me a minute. I don't really know what I'm doing. Let's just be real. So I'm going to take these strings. I'm kind of doing the things. I thought, well, I'll grab this Nuvo glue. I'm just going to make a wad of string on the deal here. So you guys are going to see me. I'm just trying to make these strings stick. And I'm getting glue all over my fingers, and it's not sticking, and I'm just messing with it. I feel like it's a lot easier to do. Like, I'm thinking in my head, Christine, a kindergartner does this stuff. You know, the little art they bring home and their string just stuck all over it? I'm like, why am I having such a hard time? And I'm kind of laughing at myself the whole time, too, because I'm like, this is not that hard. And then I can't even cut the darn string, y'all. Anyways, I do these strings. I do this, and it turns out okay in the sense of course, it's just a wadded up string or whatever on my paper. But here's the sad part. I'll come in on these embellishments. Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to make you watch and see what happens. But anyway, so it takes me just a minute. I'm going to come through. I decided finally to get my little needle nose deals out there because it kept sticking to my fingers. And I'm like, Christine, you're just getting it all over your fingers. It's just, the string would stick to my finger as I pulled it away and all that. So I am kind of following that diagonal, right? I'm just kind of coming along the diagonal here. So I'm going to put a little bit more string down there at the bottom. I did contemplate putting it up there by the title, but honestly, I was kind of fighting it so much in these little two areas that I go, nope, we're not doing that. Oh, gosh. But the colors look good. I was kind of happy with it. I do end up having to pull in also in a minute. I'll have to pull in from my stash. I'll go and get in some Hip Kit floral pieces. Because, again, I had these little embellishments and stuff here, but I felt like I needed a little bit of contrast. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. But for the moment, I'm still fighting these little strings here. So yeah, Miss Evelyn, I actually know her because she was a customer, or she is technically, not was. She was a customer of my daughter's at one of her nutrition clubs. So she comes in and everything, and we just kind of found out by accident. We were chatting or whatever, and found out she scrapbooked and I scrapbooked, and it was like, oh, okay, cool. And so then when we found out I was messaging her when it was time to go to the convention, and she's like, yeah, I got a friend, and da-da-da-da. So we just kind of collaborated, and she's just adorable. I just love her. She's so sweet, and she has a Cricut, and I'm really jealous because she makes things on her Cricut. She uses the vinyl, and she'll make like T-shirts and stuff, and I just love her. She's so adorable. She's got twin daughters. They're just beautiful, and all of her scrapbooking stuff is great. I get a kick out of her. So it was really fun to sit with her and get to know her better. But anyway, so I'm taking all these little embellishments, and I think am I dry fitting right now? Yeah, I've kind of figured out this is where I wanted to go, but I do start sticking stuff down, and I'll think, okay, I need to put some foam behind some things. And I do kind of my normal thing where I'll put foam behind like the ends of the leaves. But you can see there's like a little beigey floral, then there's a couple little teal floral sprigs coming out of that group down there. And those are technically from Hip Kit Club, y'all. They were from a winter, I think it was December, but the colors look perfect. I thought it was beautiful to go with this, and it just helps me flesh out these little clusters. Now, here's the tricky part. You can't hardly see the string. I went to all that trouble to glue all that string down there, and by the time I get these embellishments on top of it, you can't hardly see it. So I will have to add some more string. Because I have to have it. I put it in there. And now, even looking at the layout right now, I can't even see on that lower right corner the green. So, oh well. It's okay. I had a good time gluing my string down. But so for the moment, like you said, as you can see here, I've got these little florals going on. And I'm just building out my little floral thing. I know in the end, when I look at this, it's still a little challenging, if I'm honest, to kind of really see the floral clusters. But I still think it's really pretty, so I'm not even unhappy about it. Now, there are some little pieces in here that are like crafty things, right? So the embellishments came with like a little tape roll looking thing, which you can kind of see up above the word cute, which that was really cute. I was kind of excited to have that one too. And then there's like a little button, and then there's actually, you'll see this in a minute. You might see on the left-hand side of there, I'm not sure. It's a little small on my screen here, but there's like a little bits of washi tape stack. So that looks kind of cute. So there is some little bitty, you know, crafty kind of pieces in here, just nestling in and just looking a little bit, you know, subtle, I guess, to build this out. Anyway, so I start sticking in these florals. That's the big one there, and I'm going to stick that one in there. And I do like these, though. Again, I kind of see that there's enough white around them that they kind of offset from the paper. Now, it's interesting because with this paper collection, it's almost on the cream side, but no, I guess the pattern behind the florals is white. Using that craft cardstock, I think it all ties together pretty nicely, though. So here's where I think I realize I know I'm putting the foam on there. I don't know if I've realized yet I can't see the string. I might come in a second now. I'm not even certain. I haven't been watching. So I'm putting my little florals in here, and I'm going to put my little washi tape over in a second. And I've got my little foam going on, y'all. Again, it's my foam stuff. I'm a foam girl. You know, I need a t-shirt. Somebody make me a t-shirt. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a silly t-shirt. I need something better than that. I got to think of a better phrase if I'm going to get a t-shirt. Anyway, so I'm going to glue my little florals down here, and there's my little washi tape stack. So I'm going to put him up on foam too. Now, there's actually one little piece of foam that I do end up using off the thickers over there. It's called it says So Crafty on it. And I kind of debated on it because it is black and there's not really any other black except on her sweater she's got on. So I went ahead and went with it. I almost didn't because well, there's not really black anywhere else, but I went ahead and went with it. And there is some centers of the florals and a couple little florals that's black. So I think it's okay. But I'll put that in there in just a moment. So here's where I'm just kind of finding, I found another little floral. Sometimes, again, this pattern was a little bit busy, so I'd pick something up and go, oh, I didn't even realize you were staying there. And in fact, I don't think I've done it yet, but there's a little turquoisey teal flower laying on there somewhere, and I'll realize it's just laying there, and that's not where I meant for it to go, and I'll end up adding that too. Yeah, I think this is where I've realized, Christine, you can't even see the strings. You done took all that time to glue down. So I have to add more string because I want to see it, darn it. I really want to. So I have to add these little strings, and I'm using my little pinchers. Look how, see my fingers? It's all sticking to my fingers here. Now, I'm going to get all this glued down. I pull out some more string. I don't think, yeah, I dang sure don't. I don't add any green to that lower right after all that. I did add some more green up here in the upper left, though. I'm kind of sad now I can't see the green down there in the lower right. Oh, well. I said before, I don't usually go back on fixed layouts, and I say fix with like the little hashtags because it's not like they're broke. Just something I notice after I do the voiceovers. But that's okay. I think, you know what? Sometimes we just live with the consequences of our decisions. And I didn't decide well on that green string, I guess. But it's okay. All right, so I'm going to come along here, and I'm gluing that's where I put that little flower, y'all. I found that little guy laying there. Now, I looked at this other little foam flower, but I don't think I used it. But this is where I decided that's So Crafty. Now, I kept looking for a spot for it. I move it around a little bit here and there, and then I thought I better use my needle nose to see a little better. And I started to put it down there, and I thought, no, I'm going to put it back up here. It looks better up there to me. So I put it up there because I had that word cute down there, and I'm like, I got word now in a little visual triangle, right? Because I have Scrappy Friends in the upper right. Then I had cute kind of on our photo there, which I did put the edges of that cute on foam, by the way. I don't know if I told y'all that. And then I got my So Crafty. So I've got words in kind of 3 places. I kind of messed with this little floral for a second. I set it aside. That's a radio. I don't know how that applies, so I don't use it. So I set it aside. I pick everything up, and I thought, you know what? I need some enamel dots. And I had these freckled fawn ones, and I thought, oh, these look great. The colors are perfect. So now I'm just going to kind of sprinkle some of these little freckle fawns around inside the little clusters. And I think this looks really cute. It's just kind of a nice little different, it's a different little texture because it's obviously shiny. So I have a little bit of shine now going within my little clusters where the string is. I really like this layout because of all the texture, if I'm honest. You know, it's got the scuffed off edges. I've got the string. I got the shiny enamel dots, and I really enjoy that. I thought it turned out really pretty. So I'm going to just find homes for these little enamel dots. I thought about mixed media, sprinkling some stuff. I don't actually end up doing that. So once I get these enamel dots down here, that's all I'm going to do. I did think this was a fun layout to do. Like I said, I love this floral on top of this pattern. And it definitely catches the eye. It's a little bit busy, but at the same time, I kind of love it. It's kind of perfect. So that's all I'm going to do after this. So I'm going to do a little slow down here so I can show you what it looks like up close. There you go. You can kind of see the layers and all the good stuff. Everybody, please have a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe. And also check out my Instagram at Scrapping Harden if you want to have some inspiration. All right, we'll talk soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.